for just a second here and make sure that everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. We're back in the OG spot where we used to do our pregame shows inside the stadium, or our postgame shows, I should say. Vibes are immaculate here in the Mile High City. Your Denver Broncos just defeated the Green Bay Packers 34-26. That means they clinch a playoff berth for the second year in a row. This was a frustrating beginning to this game. I mean, the Broncos, they trailed at 1.6-0. Heading into halftime, they trailed by 2 points. They trailed 14-16. But Denver stayed the course. They stayed resilient, and they were able to really put it on in that third quarter. The Pat Surtain interception, at least in my opinion, was the play that shifted the game in favor of the Denver Broncos. The momentum just completely went Denver's way after that, and they were able to close this game out, man. It feels so good. It feels so good. The Denver Broncos are winners. That's what they are. They are winners, and winners find a way to win these kind of games. I said it was going to be a tough fight. I said they were going to have to outscore a high-flying Packers offense, and this Packers offense definitely played the part early on in that game, man. They were putting up points. They were carving up Denver's zone defense. But one area that did not go south at all in this game was the offense. This was Bo Nix's best game of his NFL career. I'll say it, because what was on the line here, how well he played the entire game. This was Bo Nix's best game of his career. Let's start saying hi to some people here. We got Devin saying, "What's up, Gage? What a game." Oh, that was awesome, man. Really electric atmosphere here in Power Field at Mile High, as you would expect. Bo Nix is that guy, man. Simple as that. He is. He is him, baby. He is him. Win, baby, win. Absolutely. JG says, "I'm completely stoked, brothers." I'm not. I knew that this Denver Broncos team was capable of beating anybody, but the way that they did it, the way that this offense played was exceptional. Run game had some issues. It struggled at times, also had some moments where it was really good, but overall, man, this was just cohesive, complementary football in all three phases. Bo Nix was unbelievable. Easily his best game as a pro. I agree. I cannot wait to break this game down. So much fun. Justin in the house saying hello, Gage. Good to see you, Justin. One of our YouTube members. I thought this team was fraudulent. Nope, this team is not fraudulent, baby. And any doubters that are left, they've got to be gone after this. I know who I'm not going to see on TV tomorrow. That's Nick Wright, man. His Chiefs have officially been eliminated from the playoffs, and the Denver Broncos are well in position to clinch the AFC West. We've clinched a playoff berth already. We have won 12 games. We're 12-2. We've won 11 games in a row, Broncos country. Freaking just sit here and relish in that for a second, because these kind of seasons don't come very often. It feels like fate is sealing this for the Denver Broncos. We are in the postseason, and now we can start thinking about Super Bowl, baby. Broncos country for life, says Dion. Phantom says we're in the postseason, baby. John says Denver Broncos for life. All three phases played great. Yep, offense, defense, special teams. This is one of those rare games where it's hard to find much to complain about because of the adjustments that Denver made. There was plenty to complain about early on in this game with how the defense was playing, but they were able to settle down. They got some big plays. They got that turnover, the interception by Pat Surtain, which, again, in my opinion, completely flipped the momentum of that entire game. It's what good teams do, man. Even when they're not playing their best football early on, they find a way. First team in the NFL to clinch the playoffs. Let's go, baby. That feels so good. Oh, Rams clinched a minute before us. Okay, but still, close enough. Broncos won, Chiefs eliminated. Best Sunday of my life, Maverick says. I agree. Mahomes and Parsons both suffered torn ACLs today. Yeah, very unfortunate, man. You never want to see anybody go down, even if it's your most bitter rival. You never want to see that. Thoughts out to Patrick Mahomes. Hope he has a speedy recovery. Same thing for Micah Parsons. He hasn't had his MRI yet, but it looked pretty clearly like a torn ACL, non-contact, his knee buckled. Just judging by his reaction, it did not look good. So thoughts out to both Mahomes and Micah Parsons. You never want to see anybody get hurt, man, ever. We got Mr. Van Solis says, let's Bo. I Eat Grass says, get the D back together, and we're so good. I mean, the defense responded pretty well in the second half. Cruz says Mina Kimes sucks. I agree. I disagree with that. I love Mina Kimes. I think Mina Kimes is one of the best analysts out there, in my opinion, but teach their own. I know some people won't agree with that. Chiefs eliminated Patriots lose. Great weekend indeed. The Denver Broncos now have a full game lead over the Patriots for the AFC, which is absolutely freaking awesome. I hope these idiots have learned to stop doubting us. I agree, man. Every talking head was wrong for 11 straight weeks. YRC says, keep speaking facts. Love these Broncos. This is for all the haters. This is one where we just got to take a moment and relish in it, man, because this feels so damn good. Here we freaking go. Bro, let's talk about Bo Nix and the MVP conversation. I mean, with a game like this, you kind of have to, right? I mean, Bo Nix was pinpoint accurate for all 4 quarters. He made 2 throws in this game that I could say were candidates for best throws of his NFL career. I mean, he was surgical. He was sensational. Every time the Broncos were backed against the wall, Bo Nix and this offense were able to respond and deliver. Wide receivers were also cooking, yes. You got Cortland Sutton, who had a good game. Troy Franklin had an excellent game. There was one play where Franklin frustrated me. It was a scramble drill where if Franklin just turned around, Bo would have put it right on him. But that was the only real frustration on the offensive side of the ball today. That and the RJ Harvey fumble early on, but we were able to overcome all of that stuff. Prayers out for him, man. As much as I hate him as a person, too, I agree, man. It sucks. You never want to see anybody get hurt, and Mahomes seems like a good dude. He doesn't seem like a bad person or anything like that. You never want to see that kind of stuff. Forgot to mention a vintage Broncos Syndicate postgame show from that one spot. Yep, we're back, man. Since I'm no longer doing the press conferences, I figured we might as well just come back to the OG spot and we can go live and do our post-game show here. I like it better anyway because there's a spot that I can put my phone down and all that stuff. So, yeah, I like this spot a lot better. YCR says Bo Nix MVP. I mean, the way he played today, you've got to have that conversation. Free win Sunday, potentially? I don't know about that. I mean, I don't think there's any such thing as a free win. Epic Captain, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Thank you so much. I believe that's Joshua Hempill, right? Let me know if that's you, Joshua. Thank you so much for gifting that membership. Knicks in the offense looks good. They did, man. They did. Free win week 17. I don't know. Again, there's no such thing as a free win. Denver still has to travel to Arrowhead. Gardner Minshew is still a starting caliber quarterback. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. Jacksonville is going to be a tricky game, but I'm confident we'll win. Me too. The way that the Broncos played today, they can beat anybody on any given Sunday. I guess our first half defense is the only negative. Yeah, I agree. But like I said, they made the necessary adjustments. So it makes it a lot easier to forgive them for that first half when they were able to make the adjustments, get some turnovers in that second half, get some sacks in that second half. It looked a lot better. Jacksonville's been really bad on the road this year, and coming into an environment like this where Broncos country is at an all-time high. I mean, the vibes are immaculate. The noise in this stadium is insane. Even though there was like 40% Packers fans in the stadium today, Broncos country was still able to drown them out. We got Roan in the house. Good to see you. Hate watchers waiting for 11 weeks just to see us keep winning. Love it, man. Absolutely love it. Man, we could easily be undefeated. I mean, we're 2 walk-off field goals and a leverage penalty away from being undefeated. Just think about that, Broncos country. This team is different. We've already matched our win total from Super Bowl 50. We are at 12 freaking wins, Broncos country. I don't even think we got to 12-2 in that Super Bowl season. So this is one of the best Broncos seasons of my entire lifetime. We got to sit back and enjoy it because seasons like this do not come every day. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Migar Jr., apologies if I butchered that. He says, if you're watching, please like. Yes, please do like this, as well as subscribe and ring the bell. I would really appreciate it. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support, Broncos country. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Just making sure. Okay, we've got plenty of battery life on my phone. We're good. Just got to make sure I have enough left to get my Uber home so we can start making content inside the hot box. But we're going to go here for at least another 5-10 minutes. Epic Captain says, one for the dub. Absolutely. Dude was constantly making great throws and threading the needle. He was, dude. Like, the second, third, fourth level throws that Bo Nix was making, holy shit. I mean, his pinpoint accuracy on some of these passes, especially a couple of those touchdown passes, I mean, my jaw dropped. That last touchdown pass that he threw, chef's kiss, thing of beauty. Patriots got exposed just a little bit. I mean, they were going up against Josh freaking Allen. The parts of the game that I saw, Josh Allen just took over and was a monster in that game. Refs tried their best to keep the Packers in the game. They did. I mean, the officiating in this game was really frustrating. You had that Jaleel play or not Jaleel, it was Troy Franklin. The last time that happened, it was Jaleel, where he wasn't down. He was never down, and they blew the play dead. That was ridiculous. Then there was a missed pass interference call on Evan Ingram where Micah Parsons was clearly holding onto his arm, preventing him from making a catch. Then there was a garbage, and I mean garbage, pass interference call against Riley Moss. So anybody out there that wants to give Riley Moss crap is absolutely ridiculous. He redeemed himself with a pick, and that penalty was just absolute bull in my opinion. Where was Brandon Jones? I didn't see him in the second half. They didn't say anything about an injury on the broadcast. It's a pec. I saw it on Twitter. It's a pec. So we'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Hopefully it's like Pat Surtain, where it's just a pec strain and he's only going to miss a little bit of time. But if it's a pec tear, then he's probably out for the season, which would suck. I will say, just on the initial eye test, PJ Locke played really well in that spot. So I'm okay if PJ Locke has to step in there. I'm confident he'll play well. And I saw a comment here from Crumble that says Franklin stepped up for the injured Pat Bryant. He did. Franklin stepped up big time, and I've got to tip my cap to him because he played a really, really, really good football game. One thing about Bo, every game they doubt him, and he bailed out and he balled out. Check the records. It's insane. Yes, it's true. I've noticed that same trend, man. Every time Bo Nix gets a little bit of criticism for the media, or if he doesn't play his best game, the next game after that is probably going to be one of the better games of his career. And he played a good game last week. He played a good game the week before that. But this game was on the next level, man. This game was like 10 times better than the last two games. And that's not saying those last two games were bad. This game was just that good. RJ Harvey, is he up to 10 touchdowns already? Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah, obviously not good there with Brandon Jones, James. Hopefully things are okay. Okay, so that is Joshua, Epic Captain. Perfect. Yeah, no more pressers here, unfortunately. Had that little bit of scare, almost lost the channel, so I'm not going to mess with that. So we're no longer going to do the press conferences. We're going to just do my own authentic content, and I know you guys love my own authentic content, so we're just going to keep with it. Receivers got separation. They did. They absolutely did. Trevor Lawrence was stupid good today. Yeah, the parts that I saw, he was making some really, really special throws. But like James says, it was against the New York Jets. I can't wait to get in on the tape on that one, as well as the tape from this game. Gage, my dude, we did it. I'm at a loss for words. My life is good right now. Go Broncos. Our quarterback is the real deal. We can beat anybody playing like that. Defense, offense showed up today. Go Denver. I think you summed it all up, man. Vibes are immaculate in the Mile High City right now. What excuse are the people going to make this time? Probably the Micah Parsons injury, but the Broncos were already taking command of that game well before that Micah Parsons injury. Yeah, Lawrence has been playing some good football recently, so we'll see how he plays against this defense if they can get their stuff together. It's probably going to be the toughest challenge that he's faced all season. It was so cool, and it looked like the entire defensive line got a sack at the end. Yep, they completely collapsed the pocket. That was sick. I heard "Go Pack Go" chants throughout the TV. Yeah, There were a lot of Packers fans. I was in a section with a lot of Packers fans. They were loud, they were rambunctious, but at the end of the day, we sent them home depressed. So that's all that matters to me. We got Des in the house. Good to see you. Says, yes, I haven't felt this energy since 2012 to 2016. I agree. I completely agree. This just feels different. This feels like it's fate that this team is going all the way. Tony was insufferable. I don't think he swallowed enough. Oh, God, that's right. I have to go listen to Romo after this. Well, hats off to all of you guys that had to endure 3 hours of Tony Romo. I completely have sympathy for you there. Riley Moss redeemed himself in the second half. Yep, sure did. The hot box. Yep, we will be going to the hot box after this. I feel like Romo's a Denver hater for sure. I mean, based on his previous broadcasts, sure feels that way. And he's a big Chiefs glazer as well. So obviously Tony Romo, he's going to completely, just suck on the Chiefs all day long. John Dobbs in the house, good to see you. Bo's a baller, Justin says. Dre Greenlaw looks like a scary player to play against, so intense. Dude, that hit on Josh Jacobs. Oh my God, that was nasty. Bo Nix. 23 for 34, 303 yards. That's a nice number. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks. Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, that is a heater. Even the box score watchers, they can't say that Bo Nix was fraudulent today, baby, because he was special. The numbers will tell you he was special, and I guarantee you the film is going to tell you that he was special. Yeah, that Riley Moss call was some absolute garbo. I mean, absolute garbo. They didn't call a lot of penalties on the Packers. No, they didn't. They called a few on us, which was ridiculous. Romo's a hater. Yeah. Last time we were 12-2 was 1977, our first Super Bowl appearance year. It's been 58 years since we've been 12-2. This is history. Wow. Take a moment and let that sink in, Broncos country. First time in my lifetime that we've been 12-2, and even some of the older heads out there, it might be the first time in your lifetime too. That is freaking insane. Apparently Bo's trash. If I hear anybody say that Bo Nix is trash after that, that tells me they don't know ball. It's pretty simple. Praying for Brandon Jones. Yeah, really unfortunate. Hope Sternad is okay too. Yeah, Justin Sternad, he went down early in the game on a special teams play with an ankle injury. It did not look good. So hopefully he's able to be okay after that. Again, really frustrating. PJ's good. We're okay. Yeah, PJ played some good football in the initial eye test. I was wondering why Locke was in the game. Yeah, Brandon Jones injury. So, really unfortunate there. Tillman might be our next Shaq Barrett. Dude, Tillman's playing some really good football, and he might be due for another interception here pretty soon. Defense stepped up in the second half. They sure did. That PI call was BS. Moss is hands down that dog. He's our Talib. And speaking of Talib, I actually saw him tweet out that was BS. And it sure looked like BS in the stadium. Maybe there's another angle of it on the TV copy that says it wasn't. But given the fact that pretty much everybody here is saying that it was BS, I'm going to assume that it was BS. Denver was more prepared, and Green Bay brought the heat. Yep, and they were able to overcome everything that Green Bay threw their way. It was awesome. If you're watching, please help with the algorithm. 67 watching and only 9 likes. Now we got 65 and 37 likes. So thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. Really, really, really appreciate it. On the broadcast, with I think 5 minutes, they said Harvey was dealing with a rib injury, but nothing serious. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that. GPS was freaking fun. Yeah, I'll have to go watch the highlights from that, man. Perna, Grossi streaming that game together. That must have been really epic. And don't count out Dobbins being back in the postseason. Peyton has even said so. Yep, we've reported that here on the channel. I fully anticipate J.K. Dobbins being back for the postseason. Denver hasn't locked up a first-round bye yet, so they still are in danger of playing in the wild card round. But if they lock up their first-round bye and don't have to play into the divisional round, that's an even better likelihood that we're going to get Dobbins back for the playoffs. Remember when everyone thought Tony Romo was going to be a Broncos quarterback after Peyton Manning retired? Yeah, those were the days, man. I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that anymore. A white corner got an interception to LFG Moss. That was really fun, man. At first, I didn't know if he had it in stadium or not, but then it was pretty clear that he did. Really, really awesome stuff. Can you hear me cheering from Northwest England? Oh, I sure can. I sure can. Go Broncos. Great game and a great game to win. Love the Broncos for 45 years and it feels good. That's awesome. That is awesome. Just goes to show, man, Broncos country, it's not a geographical location. I'm not going to steal Mile High Huddle's line, but you know what it is. It's a state of being. Let's not jinx any of this. Agreed, but come on, man. We still got to enjoy where we are. Our football team is playing some historically good ball. All right, guys, we're at about the 20-minute mark, and I know I'm going to be kicked out of the stadium soon, so we're going to go ahead and wipe this and wind this thing down here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Ethan says, set up a Ko-Fi page or PayPal business page for donations. It was an honor to meet you at the Raiders game and take a selfie with you. I'd like to support you, but I'm just not a Patreon fan. Understandable. I will work on a PayPal. I've got a personal PayPal, so I can probably get that information up if you want to support me that way as well. Totally understandable if you're not a Patreon fan, Ethan. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, as well as subscribe and ring the bell. I would really appreciate it, Broncos country. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. Additionally, if you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. The link is in the description below if you want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out and helping the channel grow. All right, guys, I will see you back in the studio. I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.